My name is Kevin the Tech Ninja, and this is the HP Envy 13-inch laptop. A big thanks to HP for sponsoring this video, but as always, my opinions are my own and based off my testing. This is the HP Envy 13-inch laptop. It retails for $1,099. Aesthetically, it's a cool looking computer. On the palm rests and even on the touchpad, you have a genuine wood texture. On this palm rest, HP also managed to get you a fingerprint sensor that works decently as well. The keyboard and top surface is either an ash black or just a simple dark gray. In classic Windows laptop fashion, you have a series of stickers and logos on the laptop. And you also have this HP logo, sort of in a silhouette on the display. Overall, the front of the laptop, although not minimalistic, is still one of the better looking laptops out there. The hinges on the laptop raises up a little bit when it's open, and when it's closed, the laptop lays flat. This unique configuration is known as the drop jaw hinge. As you can see here, it slides under the base of the laptop, which pushes it up a little bit. It just looks really cool to see in person. The 13-inch Envy only weighs 2.8 pounds, and it's just very manageable to hold. The keyboard is just very satisfying to type on. The keys do have a nice travel, and it's just this thud when you hit each key. It's not this clicky sound that you hear with low profile keyboards, it's just a thud. Many laptops these days are favoring thinness for functionality. Even on the keyboards, they like this low profile thing. I think this is one of the better laptop keyboards I've typed on in a while. And of course, the hinges does angle the keyboard up a little bit, which gives you an easier way to type. It also is backlit and you have 3 different levels of brightness. So on each side of the laptop, you're going to have one USB 3.1 Type A port. And you also have one Thunderbolt 3 port. You also have a headphone jack and a micro SD card slot. There's also a webcam kill switch that disables your webcam with just flicking the switch. As many laptops are looking to go minimal, HP is giving us a decent amount of ports and also security, being able to disconnect your laptop with the flick of a switch. The display on this 13-inch Envy is 4K resolution, and it looks every bit of it. Running 4K video tests on the screen is crisp, the colors are saturated with great viewing angles, and it's very bright. Watching a true 4K HDR video on this laptop is a treat, and I'm very happy and honestly shocked how good it looks. This is most definitely a personal preference, but I do find the glossy screen a little bit of a distraction. I find myself needing to keep the brightness up pretty high to fight the glare. But once again, personal preference. Some people like glossy, some people like matte. I happen to favor the matte. What's often overlooked on laptops are speakers. The Envy 13-inch has a quad speaker setup with 2 on the deck and 2 on the bottom. The audio quality is great. It gets plenty loud and still retains its quality of sound. For me, audio quality is important as a content creator. I don't always use headphones, and I want to hear what audio quality actually sounds like when I'm editing a video, and this speaker does it for me. So let's slide over to performance. During my time with this laptop, I use a series of applications daily. So I use Chrome, I use Slack, I use Spotify, and also sometimes I do a little light gaming. This laptop is equipped with 8 GB of RAM and an Intel Core i7-1065G7 processor. If you're not into computer hardware or specs, let me break it down for you a little bit. For most users out there, 8 GB of RAM is fine. However, in 2020, I do recommend 16 GB of RAM if you're looking to use a laptop beyond normal day-to-day tasks like web browsing, chatting services, or listening to music. As of today, there's not a 16 GB version out there of this laptop, but if there ever would be one, that'd be the one I recommend if you want to do something a little bit more than just normal usage of a laptop. Since I'm a video editor, I took this laptop into Adobe Premiere and I imported in 10 minutes of footage from my A7 III. I exported to H.264 codec, and it took me around 13 minutes to export. These speeds are not a game changer, but at the same time, it is slower than I would like. Typically, I would like to see a 1-to-1 ratio, 10 minutes of footage, 10-minute export. However, we don't have that here. And as I said before, although I'm not a big gamer, I did want to test out some of the gaming. I know this laptop is not a gaming laptop by any means, but I want to try it out. Inside for graphics, you have an Intel Iris card, and after installing Fortnite, the game did auto-detect settings for me to play at medium. At medium settings, I found the game to average a little bit over 30 frames per second, which definitely is passable. When playing the game, it ran fine at around 30, but I did want to move to 60 frames per second. I prefer 60 FPSs. To get that, I did have to move the game over to low settings, which is understandable. And for a non-gaming laptop, I think for a game like Fortnite or something very simple like that, it handled its own very well. Using this laptop, I could work off battery for a full workday. That's around 8 hours of browsing Slack docs, listening to music at around 50 to 60% brightness. Now, once I kicked in gaming or anything intensive like rendering videos or anything like that, the battery, as expected, dropped much faster. Overall, although it got me through a full day, ideally I would like to see 9 to 10 hours based off the way I used it, but it's still decent once again. I think overall for $1,099, you land yourself a very solid laptop with the styling to match. If you're a person that doesn't do video editing or a person that doesn't game, this laptop is gonna do anything you want it to do. It's great looking, you have these great speakers, and you also have the ports and peripherals that it could use to make it a better laptop. Anyways guys, if you're interested in picking up the HP Envy 13-inch, use my links down below. I'm Kevin the Tech Ninja, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.